We're going to finish up the I-cord edging on the wash mitts now, and remember this technique can be used for any applied I-cord edging that you want to add to something. But if you want to follow along with the pattern that I'm using here, you can find it over at VeryPink.com. Let's take a look where we are. We have gone all the way around with the I-cord edging, and we still have stitches on this piece of scrap yarn that are provisionally cast on. So once we've picked up every stitch all the way around, we want to work a few inches of just plain I-cord, which is going to give us this loop right here. We're going to wrap that around. And so you follow your pattern for how many inches, but I want to show you how to work plain I-cord. You knit across the 4 stitches, and then instead of turning the work, you slide the double-pointed needle over to the other side. Your working yarn's actually coming from this stitch right here. It feels wrong, but it's right. Knit across the 4 stitches. And slide the needle over again. That's the pattern. Okay, once I've finished 3 inches. For this pattern, I want to do 3 inches of I-cord after I've finished the applied I-cord. We're going to pretend that I have already. I go back over to this provisional cast on, and I start at the non-slip knot side. Okay, this is where I started my crochet chain. This is where I ended. And so it's at the side where I ended is where I want to start pulling out. So I'm just going to pull these stitches back and out of the work. Okay, and I should have 4 live stitches here. I'll tell you, I never normally just have live stitches hanging from a provisional cast on, but because this was only 4 stitches, I felt like there wasn't much risk involved. I got all 4 of them. Okay, so those 4 stitches are on the needle, and these 4 stitches are on the needle, and I'm actually going to use the Kitchener stitch to graft them together. I'll show you again, so that we have a seamless edge where one side attaches to the other. Okay, so I'm going to cut the working yarn and line my needles up together like we do for the Kitchener stitch, making sure that nothing is twisted. Again, I don't have the whole 3 inches that the pattern calls for. I'm just showing you this for demonstration purposes. I'm threading a tapestry needle. I'm going to work Kitchener stitch the normal way here. And I have a video you can follow along if you need a kitchen stitch tutorial, but I'll show you a little bit here. Knit, off, purl, purl, off, knit. And this is a way of perfectly grafting everything together. The kitchen stitch is not a difficult technique, but with this bumpy cotton yarn, it is kind of catching on things. Anyway, that's how you're going to finish up. You're going to work Kitchener stitch across all of those stitches, and then with the 3 inches of I-cord you have, it'll already be kind of in a loop. You'll just attach the loop, tack it down to the side of the mitten so that the loop is not as loose hanging there. And that's it. And then you can block these so they're nice and smooth so that when you present them as a gift, they look beautiful, and hopefully you'll put them into a basket with some bath products or baby bath products or whatever. That's how I think it's going to present itself really well as a gift. Anyway, good luck.